Okay guys, Gran Turismo, the movie that says a kid beat 90,000 people from his bedroom and ended up racing at Le Mans. 3 cars carry this entire story from PlayStation to podium. Stay tight, this plays out well. A teenager, 0 racing license, a simulator, and a car manufacturer willing to bet real money that a gamer could survive a real racetrack. Sounds impossible? It happened. And it happened because of machines built to punish anyone who couldn't handle them. The first one isn't a concept car, it isn't a prototype, it's a Japanese production car, nicknamed after a monster, turned into something built purely to survive 24 hours flat out. Stay with me. This is the R35's race spec evolution, a 3.8-litre twin-turbo V6, tuned past 550 horsepower, more than 650 Newton-meters of torque, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. This isn't a road car with a spoiler bolted on. Nismo redesigned the entire architecture for competition. A dry sump oil system dropped the engine lower in the bay, nearly 6 inches lower, for a center of gravity a road car could never achieve. Radiators repositioned, intercoolers repositioned, every airflow path recalculated so the car stays planted at 170 miles per hour for hour after hour, lap after lap. The GTR's road-going DNA already earned it the nickname Godzilla decades ago. The GT3 version takes that reputation and weaponizes it. A 4-wheel drive platform tuned back to rear-biased race dynamics, a chassis stiffened for endurance abuse most road cars never see in their lifetime. This isn't a hero car built for one dramatic scene. Nismo's GT3 program has real silverware. Bathurst 12-hour wins, blank pane endurance podiums, a clean sweep of an entire endurance series. Only a few hundred of these are built each year, which makes the specific example on screen far rarer than the average GT3 racer. The car in this film has genuinely competed, genuinely raced, genuinely survived. On to the next gear. Completely different philosophy. No turbos, 0 forced induction, a 5.2-litre naturally aspirated V10 screaming past 550 horsepower, purely on displacement and revs. A sound the GTR simply cannot replicate. Built alongside Dallara, weight held under 1,230 kilograms. Where the Nissan manages turbulence through boost and cooling, the Lamborghini manages it through raw mechanical grip and a red line that doesn't quit. This car represents GT3 racing's purest argument. That power built from nowhere but the engine's own breath beats power forced in from outside. Since its debut, the Huracan GT3 has taken class wins at Daytona, Sebring, and across Europe's biggest endurance series, becoming Lamborghini's first ever 24-hour race winner in the process. Look at the mechanical details and the philosophy becomes obvious. Massive 380mm front brake discs, 6 piston calipers up front, 4 at the rear, a pneumatic lifting system for pit stops, a roof-mounted extraction hatch for emergency crew access, every gram of that stripped-down interior, carbon seat, full roll cage, 6-point harness, exists purely to shave weight the engine has to move. On screen, this machine runs with the GT3 class pack. The rival's a rookie driver has to survive wheel to wheel before he's even allowed to dream about prototypes. It's the car that teaches you. Raw speed means nothing without control. Last gear, and this one has no rulebook at all. The Ligier JS PX isn't homologated for any championship on Earth. It's a track day special built from the championship-winning JSP 217 LMP2 chassis, but stripped of every regulation that normally caps a race car's output. Under the bodywork sits a Nissan-sourced 3.8-litre twin-turbo V6. the same family as the GTR's own heart, producing 825 horsepower. Total weight, 910 kilograms. Do the math on that ratio. Most hypercars would trade their badge for numbers like that. No air restrictors, no balance of performance penalty, no compromise for a rule book that doesn't exist. This is what an LMP2-derived prototype looks like when engineers are told to simply build the fastest thing possible. Compare that to a modern Le Mans hypercar, bound by strict regulations capping output and weight for the sake of close competition. The JS PX answers a completely different question. Forget fairness. Forget the rulebook. How fast can this shape actually go? No other car in this story even attempts to answer that. In the story, this is the machine for the final act. The one meant to represent the leap from GT3 sprint racing into full prototype territory. The kind of car that decides whether a gamer's instincts translate into something that can survive Le Mans. Here's where the movie and the real story split hard. Start with the GTR. In 2015, the real Jann Mardenborough, not the character, the actual driver, crashed a car from this exact GT3 class at the Nürburgring. It went airborne, cleared the barriers, and one spectator died. The film uses this as a turning point toward a triumphant finish. In reality, the emotional weight of that crash stayed with him for years afterward. It wasn't a clean redemption arc compressed into one act. Mardenborough has said himself, "It's my life, it's part of my story." One detail most people miss entirely. The real GTR involved was originally painted black as a tribute to the fan who died, before later returning to factory white. The movie shows white throughout. Reality had a black chapter in between. Now, the Huracan. The film uses it as generic GT3 class wallpaper for Jann's rival pack, accurate to the era he actually raced in, since Lamborghini's factory GT3 program was winning real championships through exactly this period. But there's no documented one-on-one rivalry between Mardenborough and this specific car. It's there for authenticity of the class, not a beat-for-beat account of who he actually battled on track. And the biggest gap of all, the Ligier. In the film's climax, this car represents Jann's Le Mans campaign. In real life, his actual 2013 Le Mans entry was a Greaves Motorsport Zetec Nissan Z11SN, a genuine homologated LMP2 prototype that finished third in class. The Ligier JS PX didn't even exist until 2021, 8 years after that real race. It was used purely because it looks the part and was safe to film at speed, with Mardenborough driving it himself as his own stunt double. The car on screen is a stand-in. The car that actually raced was something else entirely. One more correction, the film stretches hard for drama. The relationship between Jann and his father, Steve, a former professional footballer. The disapproval you see in Act 1 is real in spirit. Steve wanted a backup plan, not a gambling habit dressed up as a career. But the deep rift the screenplay implies wasn't the reality. Father and son shared far more mutual respect than 2 hours of drama can show. Steve understood chasing something purely for love of it, because he'd done exactly that in football for a fraction of today's money. And the outcome? The movie ends with Jann's Le Mans class podium as the emotional payoff of the entire journey. That part is true. He really did finish third in class in 2013, in the Zetec, not the Ligier. Proof that a gamer's instincts really could survive 200 miles per hour reality. 3 cars, 3 different engineering philosophies. One story stretched, compressed, and rebuilt for the screen. But the driver and most of the danger were real. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to Real Talk. We've got more iconic film cars waiting for you. See you on the next one.